Do I have to do like a history lesson about why people can't play Magneto? I don't even think you guys know where that's from. Like, oh, Magneto's in Tokon. Maybe white people can play him now. You know, that was like the meme. Magneto added to a fighting game in the year 2026 is not, you know, he's going to be accessible enough that you're going to be able to play him. The Magneto of Marvel 3 and Marvel 2 is very different than what Marvel Tokon Magneto is doing. Oh yeah, I figured it was an appropriate shirt. And I wanted to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom a little bit because there was quite a bit of ire, is the word I would use, about the Star-Lord breakdown yesterday. Basically everybody was like, damn, this game has no sauce. The Star-Lord stuff at the end of this guide is just him doing ABC special assists. Like, he doesn't do anything cool. He looks kind of sauceless. I will say this, I don't think it's unfounded to feel like some of the stuff that people have seen from this game so far have been pretty boring. I don't think we've seen a lot of like really cool, interesting combos generally for this game. And I think there's a few reasons. For starters, the only times people have had access to this game, it has been with very limited training mode time. And they haven't given us basically any high-level gameplay of this game at all. I can't think of another fighting game that has shown almost no high-level footage at all before it's come out. You know what I mean? Like, if you compare this to something like 2XKO, which came out with devs playing the game a lot and like showing cool stuff more often for the game, but the training modes were available in the betas and people had earlier access to it. So there was like a lot of really high-level footage of the game, even early on when people got hands on it. Like, they were doing cool stuff with the game very quickly. This game is not like that. They don't want to show you too much about what the characters can do. A lot of people who've had access to the game have not had deep hands-on time to like look into the game. So I think for a lot of people, the footage they've seen, or like maybe just seeing the guides and stuff, not all of the guides either, because like the Storm guide is really cool. I think the stuff they did in the Ghost Rider guide is cool. I think the stuff they showed in like almost all the other guides were cool besides the Star-Lord one, unfortunately. I think it's totally valid and fair to say the stuff that you've seen from this game this far does not look that cool. The other thing is that the system of the game was a lot more limited the last time everybody got to play it. The fact that you had to like cheat the system to try to call neutral assists, you know, it led to like pretty, I think, stale feeling gameplay before. That being said, these guides are not meant to show you the coolest combo these characters have. Like the Storm combos you saw, that looked pretty cool, moving the ice around and stuff. The first thing I said was, that looks really cool. There's no way that's optimal. This like ice movement shit looks so cool, but it can't be worth it. There's no way the damage is worth using like 4 Tempests. They just did it because it looks cool, right? Same thing with the Ghost Rider combo they showed at the end, where like you place the flame carpet and then you anti-air and stuff. They're just showing you some ideas. The way these guides work is they're supposed to give you some ideas about how the characters work. This is the way the character can do stuff and can combo, and it's supposed to like jog your noggin into thinking like, ooh, I wonder if you could do that, or I wonder if you could do this. Or they're not trying to give you the answers, they're trying to give you the material so that you can do some studying and think about the way the character works before. So does this game have like no cool stuff in it? Is it sauceless? First of all, nobody knows. Second of all, I think there is probably lots of really cool stuff in this game. You just haven't seen a lot of it so far. It probably is a problem with the way they marketed that people feel that. I do wonder if they're a little worried that if they showed too long of combos or too crazy of stuff, that people are going to be afraid. A lot of what they've done in the marketing of this have been like, guys, I know it's 4v4, but I promise you can get in there. Every time Arxis has gone up on stage to do an announcement, they're like, hey guys, this is a 4v4 game. I promise you can play it. Even if you don't know how to play versus games and you want to play 1v1, I promise you can play it. And this is them doing that on the stage at like a fighting game tournament. They're so afraid that the 4v4 aspect of it is going to turn people off. It's maybe having like an inverse intention of what they are trying to do. Part of the problem with this game's like early impressions were that it was really stiff and it didn't really have a lot of depth that people found interesting. And I think if you want to correct that opinion, the gameplay changes they made were amazing, but also showing people would help. For most people, seeing something super hype is like going to get them on board more than scare them away. They haven't really shown anything. For the most part, almost everything they've shown, you have to conceptualize and think, ooh, that could be really cool if they showed this, or this. The theory crafting in your brain, if you're capable of it, is like maybe looking pretty interesting. But I think if you want me to think your game's rad, you got to show some sick stuff. And I think they're a little worried to show it. That being said, there's going to be a beta with training mode in a week. So every opinion about the game will be completely reformed for the most part in like a week, because you'll actually have access to the game with time to like really dive in there. I am promising you right now, a week from today, when this beta comes out, at midnight, 2 hours after the beta comes out and training mode is available, you will see sicker shit in that time frame than you've seen in all of the pre-release footage so far, because the whole world, not the whole world, quite a bit of the world will have access to the game. They're going to come up with shit that is far more interesting, compelling, and cool than anything else. And if nothing looks cool by the end of the weekend, then you have your answer. But I promise you, like, you're gonna be like, okay, this shit's wild. You'll start to see the real potential of the grime. I've seen people say, I don't get why people say this game has no sauce. And I'm like, you don't? I think the game looks like it's going to be fun, but I also totally get why people say that. Like, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Let me give you like a side by side, right? Look at him flipping around and then gliding and then doing like fucking 9-hit air combos, going to the other side, calling another dude through, shooting a fireball behind you, going through the other side. This is already like, oh my God, what is like, look at him flipping around and doing multi-air combo, glider, re-jump, double blast, flip, like does a backflip, calls another assist, jam session, multi re-jump, glider combos, side swap, and then you watch like the Star-Lord guide and you see him do like light, medium, heavy, and the combo ends. I think it's fair to compare why people feel like, oh, there's lots of really cool stuff in this other game. They're not showing anything cool here. This game, I feel like everybody has been so excited for this game. The word of mouth of this game is so popular. And then everybody started saying Mike is a here, and instantly everybody went, ooh. It's an immediate turnaround. So many people are like, nah, I'm cool. I don't fuck with that. I'm not the most informed on the entire situation that happened with the company, what went down with him and the Skullgirls team. I think I'm like a lot of people where like I kind of sort of heard about what happened and like read a little bit into it, but I didn't follow up. Even if you don't care about all that, I think a lot of people don't like him for the George Floyd joke that he made on commentary. I think there's a lot of people who are like, who cares? Or maybe you do mind, but it doesn't bother you enough that you're gonna like stop playing. But there's a lot of people who like do mind and have like pretty valid problems with this. I don't think they would have hidden him behind the curtain a la Wizard of Oz style so much if they were really proud to have him on the game. You know what I mean? I would also say in the big year 2026, I'm down for stuff to be awesome. I'm down for stuff to be difficult, and I'm down for stuff to be worth spending my time on. It's like, I'm excited for the game. I also agree with all the people who think that the stuff they've shown so far does not look very saucy. I'm trying to see something that I'm like, yo, holy, like, all right. That's what I'm talking about.